Dude, I check Slack nonstop. I'm addicted to be like, what was the outcome of that sales call? What is that? Why aren't you guys booking more? I'm out of most of client success. Like I don't we have like hundreds of channels and CSM takes care of everything. And sometimes things get escalated to me. But dude, I check Slack nonstop. Any advice on that?
Talk me through really quickly your org's chart. Do you have any managers or any departments, or is it just you and the team members?
So I have a creative director who handles the editors, the YouTube editors, the thumbnail guys. Okay, so I talked to him. He's the leader there. We have a setting CEO who manages is pretty much the setting leader who manages all the other DM setters, and then we have, I guess now a sales manager. But there's two closers, and I'm like, I live in the sales channel. It's like, dude, how can I send a loom to this guy? What could we do to close him? Like, what's wrong with this? Like, and yeah, nonstop, dude.
Yeah, so once again, critical constraint, like there might be things that you're doing there that is helping the organization. So I would be careful, like knee jerking and removing yourself from everything, because that might tank everything. Um, Here's the thing that has worked for me pretty well. So first of all, instead of being reactive, I try to be proactive, meaning that I have we have a scorecard. I don't know. Do you use any kind of like dashboard tracking sheets or anything like that, or no?
I don't.
Okay. So this is I always I had a client, they're doing 1.5 million a month and they don't have any tracking. So, and then he was like, "Oh, I got to go HubSpot and all this stuff." And I was like, "I'm sure you have a VA. Do you have some kind of VA or something?"
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So create a Slack channel called the scorecard and identify the 5 to 12 most important numbers in your organization. Almost always it's going to be something like ad spend, number of leads, number of booked calls, number of taken calls, number of closed deals, cash collected, revenue collected, and it could be something like bank balance or something like that. Like those are 8 numbers that give you where you're at right now. So what you can do is every day before you log into Slack, your VA goes in from yesterday and manually gets those numbers. Very easy to do. Looks at the ads manager, blah blah blah. It's not a fancy system. It
Yeah.
takes an hour, but you're paying them $4 an hour, $5 an hour. So then they post in the scorecard channel. Well, now what you can do is you're seeing as a CEO what the constraint could be in the organization. So if you know that historically your close rate should be 35%, and it's 25%, you could jump in and do something right away, or you could be like, well, let me wait 1 or 2 more days and see if we average out what's going on with these numbers here. So you're not being reactive, right? You're leaving it to your team. And what happens at that point is that you can start slowly removing yourself from channels because you're really just running your organization based on the metrics. And so for me, I'm in sales team, I'm in marketing team, I'm in media team, but all of those channels are muted, right? So what happens is I look at that scorecard on a daily or weekly basis, and then when I see a KPI that's out of whack for a certain amount of days, then I'll jump inside of there and I'll say, what's going on? What do we need to fix in this? But outside of that, I'm letting those people figure it out on their own, honestly. And that's one of the
Mm.
biggest lessons I think would be valuable for you is, you know, in Alcoholics Anonymous, they call it enabling. But when you're coming in there and you're being like, what should we done with this lead? What are we doing here? You're essentially enabling your team to be like, well, I don't really have to work that hard because Boris is going to come in here and save the day, shoot the Loom video, do this. Where instead, if you're like, remove yourself, you're not answering people, they have to solve the problem on their own. And the best thing you can do is just give them the KPI. So, hey, your KPI is 35% close rate in a rolling 7-day window. I don't care how you do it. That's what I want you to hit. And that's based off historical data. And so that way, if they're ever out of KPI, you'll see it in the scorecard and then you can address the situation there. But outside of that, I tell everybody you're the CEO of your own position. You're the CEO of your department. So you make the decisions on a person-to-person level. If you want my help installing any of these systems in your business done for you, be sure to book a call with my team down below.